20 iconic and rare historical photographs you have never seen before. The oldest surviving photograph to exist. It was taken by pioneer photographer, Joseph Nicephore-Niepce. The scene depicts a view from a window in Nicephore-Niepce's estate known as Le Gras in Saint-Loup-de-Varennes, Bourgogne, France in 1826 or 1827. Side profile of Union Army Major General, and the Commanding General of the U.S. Army, William Tecumseh Sherman, in his Union Army military uniform in circa 1865. The photographic artwork by Philippe Halsman called Dolly Atomicus, showing 3 cats water, an easel, a chair, and Salvador Dali all frozen in mid-air, 1948. This was the 28th attempt at taking this photograph. The 1927 Solvay Conference on Quantum Mechanics at the Institut International de Physique Solvay in Brussels, Belgium. This image features many of the greatest scientists in modern history. Some of those that you may recognize are Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, Max Planck, Niels Bohr, and Auguste Piccard. First cousins and royals Tsar Nicholas II of Russia, left, and King George V of the United Kingdom, right, photographed together wearing military uniforms in Berlin, Germany, 1913. The construction of the Manhattan Bridge on the East River in New York City. This photograph was taken on March 23, 1909. The bridge finished construction in 1909 and first opened up on the 31st of December 1909. An injured Soviet prisoner of war, Pau, dressed in new clothes near the Arctic Circle in Rovaniemi, Finland, during the Winter War on the 6th of January 1940. Dr. Wernher von Braun, an aerospace engineer that was a leading figure in Nazi German rocket technology, and then United States rocket technology, photographed standing in front of 5 F-1 rocket engines in circa 1969. Joseph Stalin, left, Franklin D. Roosevelt, center, and Winston Churchill, right, on the veranda of the Soviet legation in Tehran, during the conference, in November 1943. Rosa Parks being fingerprinted by Lieutenant D. H. Lackey as one of the people indicted as leaders of the Montgomery bus boycott on February 22, 1956. She was one of 73 people rounded up by deputies that day after a grand jury charged 113 African Americans for organizing the boycott. Soldiers of the Coldstream Guards, left to right, Joseph Numa, John Potter, and James Deal photographed in circa 1856. The Crimean War was fought between October 1853 and February 1856. A photograph of the Boulevard du Temple in Paris, France in 1838. It was taken by Louis Daguerre and shows a person having his boots polished near the bottom left of the photograph. It is believed to be the earliest image to show a living person. 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, jumping over a fence while on horseback in circa 1902. The famous French landmark, the Eiffel Tower, photographed on November 23, 1888 during its construction. The construction lasted from January 1887 until March 1889. Prisoners that were held in Buchenwald concentration camp near Weimar in Germany, photographed after they were liberated by the U.S. troops of the 80th Division. This photograph was taken on the 16th of April 1945, 5 days after liberation. Nobel laureate Elie Wiesel can be seen on the second row, 7th from left. The final photograph taken of Vladimir Lenin. He is seen with his sister Anna Ilyinichna Yelizarova-Ulyanova and his Dr. A. M. Kozevnikov in Gorky in May 1923. A photograph on the USS Bunker Hill aircraft carrier after it was hit by 2 kamikazes within 30 seconds on the 11th of May 1945 off of Kyushu, Japan. 372 died and 264 were wounded. Suffragette leader Emmeline Pankhurst being carried away from Buckingham Palace in London, England after being arrested while trying to present a petition to King George V of the United Kingdom, May 21, 1914. Neil Armstrong photographed by Buzz Aldrin shortly after completing the first ever moonwalk on July 20, 1969. The famous photograph, The Valley of the Shadow of Death, taken on April 23, 1855 by Roger Fenton during the Crimean War. This war was the first that was documented with photographs.